Welcome back to another episode of SlickWorks, everybody. And as you know, this patina job is ready for paint from the roof line down. So basically where we're at in this job is this entire episode, and from this point on, all the work that you will see being done on this truck is going to be for free. More on that later. But it is not a complete loss. Oh no, it isn't. I'm gonna turn this around to as many positives as I can, both for myself, other people, and of course the YouTube channel. So my buddy Chad's coming out. He's gonna get some trigger time on this, a little bit of practice, and it's gonna be a win-win.
What's up, buddy?
Okay, so we're in the shop right now. My buddy Chad Weiss has arrived. That's Instagram @ Chad Weiss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He does a bunch of crazy Harley Davidson stuff. I'll drop some clips right now. Yeah, so we're gonna shoot some paint on this Suburban. Okay, so this beast is in its full coat of tropical turquoise, and as you saw in the clip and as you saw in the first episode, I had a whole bunch of plastic taped off on the walls of the booth. So as the paint was still tacky, we were ripping it off and just dabbing it all over here to give just the top edges, make it a little bit less sanding necessary to get through the paint, and also adds a really nice texture and makes it look a little bit old. Passing the gun back and forth with my buddy Chad here. It was a good time. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, big time.
So it's 11 p.m. at night. I've got a roll of sandpaper, a large pot of tea, and a positive attitude. But my buddy Chad isn't here with me today to help sand this thing out. Oh well, let's do this thing. So this is where we're at now, 2 hours in, just sanding through to the red oxide primer where the rain lands, you know, top of the wheel arches, top of the fenders, top of the hood, top of the morning. So anyways, sanding it out, it's kind of cool because I get to use like my DA sander, like my paintbrush almost. So here, the door handles were, obviously there's gonna be more water running over there, as well as right here where the mirror is, you know, more runoff. So yeah, it's kind of neat. So we are back in the booth again, and as you can see, look at this floor. Absolutely spotless clean. blew out the whole shop, cleaned the whole Suburban, so it is ready for its 2 different brown colors that I'm going to be hand brushing in. So yeah, I've really been taking my time. I've really been working on this thing on and off. Customer, I sent him some photos and he's like, I kind of want it a little bit more patina. And I said, let's hit the pause button on that, because if we remember from part 1 of this exploration, it ended up being too much patina. There was not enough, and then there was too much, so we went back to not enough, in my opinion, and customer was happy with it. So we're not going to go any further in the sanding through. This is all the sanding we're doing. I think it looks great. Once we brush in the rust, of course, it's going to darken up all the areas where the burn through is, and it is going to look fantastic. I realize wearing gloves is probably really important with working with colors like this, because I don't want to go out in public like that. One thing that's interesting with a job like this and with jobs like this is the unpredictability. Like, you remember when we were doing the roof and I brushed it in and he said, I don't like it, there's not enough white showing, it's too patinaed. It looked basically just like this before I brushed the white back in. And when I first brushed in the brown, the dark brown here, I sent him photos. I said, what do you think? Looks awesome, right? And he said, maybe a bit more patina. So I guess the story that we're giving this truck is that the roof was repainted sometime in the 80s, but the rest of the body wasn't repainted in the 80s. So the rest of the body is more patina than the roof. Yeah. Back in the shop again, and we got my dad here, Papa Slick. Papa Slick, say what's up.
Hey, what's up?
So we're just finishing up the artwork for tonight. Dad's on jams, so hood jams, door jams, barn door jams, and I'm hitting the airbrush today. So what I'm doing is, wherever you can see that there's a heavy rust spot, grabbing that rust and pulling it down just with the airbrush. So this is where I'm at so far. I think it looks pretty darn good. Looks pretty realistic, but oh, awesome.
Bruh.
That's great. My airbrush just fell. Okay, airbrush is cleaned up. Functioning properly. No harm, no foul. Clear coat day, and it's a beautiful day for clear coat. I'm going to keep the booth nice and cool today. I'm not going to crank up the heat today because I need, well, flat clear, it kicks like super fast. It's not like glossy clear where it takes forever to tack up, like, you know, wait 12 minutes between coats. Flat clear, it's like basically as soon as you lay it down, like if I start at the front, by the time I'm at the back of the truck, like the front's already going to be flat. So we want to slow that process as much as we can today. Just giving it a little wipe down with some gray Scotch-Brite to take care of some of these shiny spots. Give it a little bit of tooth for the clear to stick to. Also getting rid of any loose hairs. Like you see these? Those are probably going to stay there. I mean, it's not going gloss. It's a patina paint job. I'm getting rid of all the large hairs that came out of the brushes, all the really obvious stuff, but it's a matte clear patina hot rod, so. Got my 5-star flat finish clear coat, all shaken up. Weapon of choice today, gonna be my SATA Jet 5000 BRP Digital. Yeah, picked these up on Amazon for like $100. Nah, it's not cheap, but it does a darn tootin' good job. Darn tootin'. Also, for those of you wondering, this is how I get my in-booth shots. I wrap up my phone with saran wrap, so now you know. Well, we're assembling it out of the kindness of our hearts. It's going all together now. So yeah, getting the handles in, the latches in, the mirrors, trim, taillights. It's looking great. Well, it is finished. It is done, as much as I'm gonna do on it anyways. We went ahead and assembled it because I'm gonna sound like this because the hood doesn't latch. We assembled it because, I mean, look at it. I had to see it finished. It's all together now. The 56 Chevy grill that's in it is just kind of hanging out there. It's not actually installed because there is a different rad support than the GMC, of course, but that grill looks way better. Totally changes the whole front end. Yeah, I'm really happy with the paint job. It turned out great. And now I know that if someone was to come to me and wanted a paint job like this, now I know what it costs, so I don't end up in an uncomfortable position. So call it growing pains, call it whatever you want. It's done, it's all together, it looks amazing. The patina turned out beautiful. I'm gonna get you guys some close-up shots of that. But I'm happy with it. I think this is sweet. I think this is really sweet. Alright, come on in and check it out.
Whoa, dude. That was good, man.
Looks sick, right?
Oh, man. Dude, the pictures don't do this justice.
No.
So good. Whoa. Yeah, it turned out sick, dude.
Yeah, man.
It turned out so good. So good.
Well, that's a wrap on the 56 Suburban job. Another happy customer. Yeah, and another job out of the shop. So more space in my shop for my projects and more mental space for me to continue on the big plan for 2025. So if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Can you guys see the little surprise I added? I think he's gonna think it's funny. There's an,
brand new handles?
there's an Easter egg in the paint job, by the way,
Where?
for you to find.
No way.
Yeah.